Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. It's February 4th, 2025, and a pretty breezy day today. Sunshine mixed with decreasing amounts of clouds as we headed toward later in the afternoon, and a mild day despite the wind. But you can see here clouds have kind of they've been on and off. They dissipated this evening, then they kind of came back. But you can see here off to the left-hand side of the screen. Yeah, that's our next storm system because we're in that damn zonal flow. So as far as getting a nice clear day tomorrow into that nice high pressure, well, if you want that, you're going to have to head way up to Plattsburgh or into northern New England probably for that. Oh, we will look at the models and see. Showing you the pictures tonight that I took here at Rockville Center of the Lake. Most of the ice is gone. And there are still some areas where there's still some ice, but it's mostly melted. And then the clouds kind of came back tonight with the moon in the sky. It was kind of pretty with the passing clouds. But anyway, let's look at our current conditions across the area. And you'll see off to the north and west we have winter weather advisories and also some ice storm warnings because there's going to be an ice event in some of these areas here in it looks like into West Virginia and into parts of Pennsylvania. And winter weather advisory is off to our north and west. Now, temperatures have dropped. Now it's 32 degrees. At Islip, the dew point has down to 14. And we have northwest wind at 10, gusting to 16. That's down from what it was earlier because it was pretty windy earlier on today. In fact, came close to maybe needing a wind advisory. Not quite there, but with gusts close to 40 miles an hour, as you can see here. And a lot of clouds being reported at Islip. Didn't really clear out until after like 3 o'clock or so. But they're pretty gusty northwest wind. And we got well into the mid-40s too today. It was pretty mild, but now the temperatures are dropping tonight as the colder air is building in. So let's go and look at what our highs were today. And by the way, just showing going back to the station plot here, we still have some pretty strong wind gusts. You got 34-mile-an-hour gust on the north shore of the North Fork there. So still got some wind out there. It's still breezy. Those winds should come down as we head into tomorrow. Though I don't think we'll see any radiational cooling tonight. Highs, well, upper 40s. 48 at Islip earlier on today. 47 in Central Park. And then we pan out probably 50 in Toms River. So, yeah, we're pretty much above normal again today. Now, if the weather's getting warmer, I'm sneezing. Allergies are starting. Early. It's only February. I'm not supposed to have that until like March. Late March. Maybe April. 32 degrees for a low at Islip. No radiational cooling. Lows got to pretty much around freezing pretty much everywhere. Let's look at, there's a briefing for snow and ice expected on Thursday. So this is going to be mainly an impact inland. Though we may, this is interior, there could be a snowfall of 1 to 2 inches, glazed to 1/10 of an inch of ice. And New York City metro area, they're saying total snowfall now up to 2 inches. It's been trending a little bit colder, this system, so we will actually get a little bit of snow from it. Not a lot, but a little bit of snow from it as we go and we look at the models. Let's first, before we do that, though, let's go ahead and look at our report for the day at Islip. The high of 48 was 9 degrees above normal. The low of 38 was 24 degrees above normal. I guess those lows that we were looking at earlier, yeah, those are the current temperatures. So we're 11 degrees above normal for the day. So, yeah, another above normal day. It won't be like that tomorrow, though. Things will be cooling off. So let's look at, we already looked at that. Let's look at the weather map here. You can see we've got, let's go to the surface analysis. You see this high here that we have here. That high is going to kind of drift on by the north. And we're going to have these low pressure areas that come in as we head into tomorrow. So you can see as we go 24 hours from now, you see that area of low pressure starting to get closer to us tomorrow night, 24 hours from now. All right. So let's go and look at the models here as we head into, and I'll just move this over to the eastern U.S. Here's the GFS. So you see that high tomorrow, kind of glides by to the north. But the clear air is only going to be for upstate, probably in northern New England. We'll look at the models, maybe not, but nice that high could push it back. But the timing of this is going to be Thursday morning. So here's the thing. The storm's a little bit further to the south. GFS starts with the snow and then brings it over to rain. And the GFS still tends to be a little bit slower compared to some of the other models. This is the 18Z GFS, and then it's out of here by Friday. So that's what the GFS is showing, but let's go take a look at the HRRR and some of the higher resolution mesoscale models that we have to work with. So into tomorrow, you see there's that high kind of just building over the lakes. But you can see as we get into even as soon as midnight, it's a little quicker with the onset. So we still have the cold air in place. Starting as snow in New Jersey, and then you see it keeps it as snow, perhaps even heavy snow, and keeps it as snow most of the storm on the HRRR. This is the colder trend that we've been seeing with the storm. So instead of a rain event that's going to be lingering all day Thursday, it's going to be Thursday morning, and it's going to be a snow event with maybe mixed with a little, maybe ending as a little light freezing rain, and then it's over by 1 o'clock Thursday. So it's definitely moving faster, and because the timing is different and the way everything is laid out is different, it's got a colder look, and therefore we're going to have some snowfall accumulation from this. So if we look at total snowfall accumulations, we could see 1 to 2 inches of snow from this. So we could see definitely some snowfall from this. Generally 1 to 2 inches, though maybe there's a couple of isolated areas where it could be 3 inches. Not a heavy snowfall. Will it be a plowable snowfall? It could be. It could be. This is what it's looking like right now, is more of a snow event now, at least according to the HRRR. And the reason why is if we look at the dew points and wind flow, you'll see here that we have that north wind coming in. That cold air is coming in. It's almost a bit of the Arctic air is really over northern New England, but we get at the southern piece of it. You can see the dew points drop. North winds tomorrow. Dew points could drop as low as the single digits across Long Island, which is pretty dry air. And if we look at a sounding here, let's see. This is why I have some hope, because these lines are kind of far apart. So I have a hope that maybe we could get a mostly sunny day tomorrow, and maybe that high is going to erode some of that cirrus that we saw moving in on the satellite, because this is the satellite. And again, if I pan the satellite out here, you'll see the storm system and the zonal flow that's coming across it. But maybe this high is going to be strong enough to push some of that down during the day tomorrow. But you can see that dry, cool air in place, and then we have an east wind, and then you do see the dew points pop up a little bit above freezing. So there may be snow, but if we have the surge of warm air and a southeast wind, it's going to be hard for that snow to really stick. It may only be an inch on the grassy surfaces. So we still have some disagreement here, because the warm air does come in regardless. That snow is going to melt once the warm air does come in. So tonight, the temperatures will drop probably close to 20 degrees across Long Island, the mid-20s in New Jersey. And then tomorrow, especially over Long Island, temperatures are probably only going to be in the mid-30s. So it's going to definitely be a little bit below normal tomorrow. And then the temperatures kind of just stay steady in the upper 20s and low 30s tomorrow night and through the early part of Thursday. And then as we get toward the afternoon, the temperatures warm up to probably upper 30s to around 40. But Thursday could still be on the chilly side. And those clouds will probably stick around. I don't think I can get a sounding that far out yet, showing the clouds kind of sticking around. So if the clouds stick around, maybe that snow will. We'll have to see what happens. But that's what it's looking like right now on the HRRR. All right. But there are other models to look at. So let's go ahead and look at the NAM next. We're a little bit later, so I'm hoping we should have the 0Z NAM in. All right. Very good. So here's the NAM for tomorrow. High pressure. Again, there's that high pressure. And you can see there's the snow and the NAM also trending a little colder and actually bringing in some sleet for us. So we may have snow and then a little bit of sleet Thursday morning, a little bit of a wintry mix. The NAM's a little bit warmer, brings it over to rain, and has it last just a little bit longer. But this is what the NAM looks like. It's a little bit of a different look. So you have some disagreements as to where things are going to line up. But generally speaking, if the wind is going to be east or southeast, that's not really favorable for a decent accumulating snow event. So the HRRR may be overdoing it a little bit. I'm not releasing the map until tomorrow night. If we look at the NAM snowfall amounts, they're just a teeny bit less across Long Island, maybe around 1 inch, maybe as much as 2 on the North Shore. Higher amounts off to the north and west. So as far as sleet, that's another thing that may accumulate as well. But it will be like a wintry mix, so it will be messy on Thursday morning. That's the key right there. All right. Then the NAM also gives us FGen, so we can look at that. Let's go and look at that. How impressive is the FGen with the storm? Not very on this. Not very at all. Go to the NAM 12 and see if it's any more impressive. Not really. Not really. I can go to the 850. Now, the 850 is a little more impressive. 850 kind of shows it a little better. Actually, the 850 is actually a much better show for this. I'm going to go back to the 3 kilometer. So, yeah, you can see that the FGen there is some decent FGen. So the precipitation could come down at a decent amount during that time. And again, the heavier it comes down, the more likely it's likely to cool the column and be snow. So, yeah, it's kind of a tricky forecast. Won't be a huge snowfall, just another inch or two type of snowfall. But it could be mixed with a little wintry precipitation, which could make things kind of messy, again, for Thursday. And then behind it, I see, look at those isobars. Well, this is 850, but it looks like it is showing. If I go back to the surface, let's see if we can... no, it doesn't look like there's too much wind, but it is showing that we could have some, and there may be some drizzle lingering around behind it, perhaps, a freezing drizzle, perhaps. Hopefully not, but this is what we have here. So this is our storm system right here. And as far as the total accumulated precip, as far as how much precipitation it's going to be, so it's not going to be a lot of precipitation, probably a quarter of an inch to maybe up to a half an inch of liquid equivalent. Not going to be a huge precipitation maker by any means. So let's go to the skies on the NAM, and we'll show you that. So here's the skies. This is what I mean. So it shows that cirrus kind of coming in overnight, and then kind of erodes it down a little bit to perhaps you might even get mostly sunny skies over Suffolk County in the afternoon, perhaps, and we might be able to push some of that cirrus away throughout the day. This is what the NAM is showing. Other models have different ideas, obviously. We'll go to the RGEM next. RGEM is not quite as far south as the NAM. It still has kind of like a little bit of a veil. There could be some jet chunk in there. The clear skies are going to be mainly over New England, which, again, they're going to have a beautiful day. But we're going to kind of deal with these clouds. It's really hard to say how far. But obviously, if you're in Jersey, south of the Raritan, you're going to have mostly cloudy skies. But if you're the further north and east you are, the more likely you're going to have mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. This is the latest 0Z RGEM that we have. That is what it pretty much looks like. So a little bit of a complicated thing. We'll have more. I think I'll be able to nail it down a little more tomorrow night. But Thursday morning definitely be a little bit on the messy side. And then running the RGEM through here, that's as far out as I got on the 0Z. But if you want to go and look at Thursday, yeah, we'll have clouds most of the day. Maybe it'll break up a little bit toward the evening. But you'll have to wait for Friday for sunshine again. So let's go to Ventu Sky, and we'll show you the cloud cover on the Ventu Sky as well, which I don't normally do, but we'll show you this as well. This is the HRRR output for tomorrow, so you can see what's going on. So 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it does keep us kind of in it. You can see it kind of pushes it down a little bit in the afternoon a little bit. So to watch how this high is trying to build in and trying to push the cirrus shield south, but it's kind of an uphill battle, I think. The best chances for clear skies, again, are going to be well outside of our area, unfortunately. So if you want those nice clear skies, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen tomorrow. Again, just tons of clouds around here. It's always a problem. That is going to wrap things up. And again, as far as the wind goes, tomorrow we're not going to be dealing with too much wind. Thursday, we're not going to be dealing with too much wind either. This is the morning. It'll be a little bit of a breeze. Friday is when things are going to be breezy again. So that's what we'll have to watch. And it is showing some stronger wind gusts and possibility for wind advisory needed, perhaps for Friday, at least I think, Weather Service's stricter criteria. But Friday we may be dealing with the wind again, like we dealt with today. And again, we did deal with some pretty strong wind gusts throughout the day, depending on where you were. We'll look at Farmingdale again. I'll just go over that. So you can see here we had some wind gusts up to 39. Yeah, especially in the middle of the afternoon, it was pretty windy. Then the winds kind of seem like they've picked up again tonight, I noticed. So that is going to wrap up this Long Island weather report. Have a good night.